Hi, I'm Nephila, and today I wanted to talk about how women are actually their own worst enemies. And so the reason I want to talk about this is because I kind of came to the realization that as much as I want to talk to women on this channel, I feel like I won't reach very many. And this data is consistent with my other channels that I've made before in the past. So I had a science channel for a little bit where I talked about like research and what it's like being a scientist and like giving tools for other people who are in science. And that, like, the percentage of like women watching those videos was like 25%. For this channel, it's like 33%. And then even for a like Christian podcast that I did for a little bit, even that, like on my specific videos, it was like maybe 30% women who watched my videos. And I want to reach them because I feel like they've been misguided so much. Like, I feel like women have been misguided about like everything. We've been programmed by like the feminist movement. Like, I feel like just so many women are like misunderstanding what it's like, how to be a free and happier woman. And also, like, to like kind of bridge this like gender war that's happening, right? Like, there's this like battle right now between men and women, especially in like the younger generations, I think. But it's where like the women don't want to give in and the men don't want to give in on their values. And so like marriage rates are like 25% for people at the age of 30 right now. And I'm not married. I mean, I'm not married either. So it's kind of like, I'm curious about it. I'm curious about these dynamics. But I also just think that like women are constantly being lied to. And the reason I titled this, or why this is about women and other women, like, is because honestly, the older generation of women did us younger women dirty. Like, obviously we have our own freedom and we have our own choices and whatnot. But when I was growing up, it was like empowerment to be for abortion. You know, like it was considered like a woman's right and things like that. But like as I grew older and as I learned more and realized that I was just being fed this narrative constantly, I realized that, wait a minute, no, like abortion isn't a right. Abortion is actually horrible. You know, so like that's an example of how women have told younger women, hey, this is what you should believe, this is what you should do. And then it's actually been really bad advice. The same thing goes with this whole like the sexual revolution and like how women now kind of want to be like men in their sexual lives, but like we're not men. Like our bodies literally respond differently to sex. So like women going out there and doing this are actually just hurting themselves. And also like, quite frankly, like lowering their value in a lot of ways. Like, even if it's just to themselves, like thinking like, oh yeah, I can be available to whoever. That is like sad to me. I don't know. And like the problem with like reaching women, I think, is also like part of this too. I love this one YouTuber. She is brilliant and a lot of women watch her channel. And the way that the way that she portrays men is not something I agree with. Like, I don't agree that men are like, you know, she's it's nuanced. It's very nuanced. I don't want to comment on it. I'll make a different video about her because she's awesome. But the point I'm trying to get to is that older women have continually sabotaged younger women. And this is like an actual biological reality. Like, we know that older women purposefully try and diminish younger women's mate value. So what is mate value? Mate value is how much the opposite sex wants to mate with you. So for example, for women, men, we like men who are tall, like in general, statistically, we like men who are tall, who are funny, who can provide or have the potential to provide resources for us and our potential offspring. Men, on the other hand, they look for cues of youthfulness and health. They care more about the way a woman looks than they care about like her ability to provide. Thank goodness for that. but but yes, so they put more value in different areas. And so what older women do, like biologically, or have the inclination to do, is they have an inclination to suppress younger women's mate value and like in a way like try and suppress their fertility. And I would say that the older generation of women has done an excellent job of suppressing our female fertility. Good job. You guys win this round, I guess. Gosh. And like women are falling for it. You know what I mean? Like women that are my age are falling for the propaganda that we were given by older women and that we are continually fed by older women. Older women are the first ones to be excited when you say, oh, I got a PhD. I spent 10 years of my most fertile time getting this advanced degree instead of having children. You know, they eat that up. They want to hear that. And so they encourage their children, they encourage other young women to pursue these other things. And like, I get it a little bit. I think some of it's under the guise of like independence for women, like so that if they're in a bad situation, they can still leave. But no, it's like became much more than that. Now it's like it's not just the older women who've done this. This is a consequence of what the older women have taught us, though, is that like motherhood is being devalued. And it's starting, I think, to recover, but overall it's been devalued significantly, even amongst women. And so like this child-free movement has taken place, and it's kind of like a really, I mean, it's fine, you know, do what you want to do, but I just don't think they actually want that. I don't think they actually want to be childless forever. Like, I think that this will be a problem when we're older. Like, how lonely would it be to not have a child when you're like, I don't know, on your deathbed? Like you don't have any family, you don't have anything that you like invested your soul into, and you're okay with that? Like, that's sad. But I mean, I don't know. I guess like, I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to say that like, women hurt other women a lot. And like, I do think that it was important that men understood that women were feeling hurt. And I think feminism has been largely a reaction to that. But like, it's gone too far. Like, women need to stop giving each other bad advice, or at least be conscious of us doing it. Like, I'm aware when I treat a younger woman differently, you know, than someone who's my age or someone who's less attractive than me. Like, I'm aware of those feelings. And so I try to avoid expressing them as best as possible. But like, it is an instinct to be jealous, to be insecure around women who are, you know, maybe have a higher mate value. Like, that's normal, you know? But like, we have to be aware of it so that we don't start retaliating against each other and ourselves. I don't know if any women will watch this video, to be honest with you. I don't. And if you are a woman and you made it to the end, let me know what you think. If you're a man and you made it to the end, let me know what you think. Because I don't know how to reach women right now. And like, I think it's causing men to get more, I don't know, maybe it's just the whole of the internet that I've been in, but I just have been seeing like a lot more like not nice things said about women. And they're probably deserved from some of the stories I've heard, but like, I don't know, I just don't want us to be like that. Like, I don't want people to be against each other just for that. Okay. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.